Hi, welcome to Pictures, Noise and Words. I'm Hedgy, and this is Symphony X. I first got on board with Symphony X. I'm just looking at their discography now. Would have been 5, their 5th album. It's basically V for 5, the new Mythology Suite. That was when I got on board with Symphony X, and that's like halfway through their discography. And I just heard this amazingly intricate, epic thing that was the album, the new Mythology Suite. That was in 2000, so 18 years ago. Good heavens! And then they put out an album called The Odyssey in 2002. Again, what? Just brilliant. If you want to hear Symphony X at their most bombastic, technical, blow your ears off best, I think I would say go and get Iconoclast 2011 album, he says, looking down at their discography. It's not like I just know all this stuff off the top of my head. Iconoclast, it can be a difficult listen sometimes, especially if you're not up on technical metal. So sometimes you just might think, I don't know what's going on. But if you are up on your technical metal, if you like your Dream Theaters, that's the obvious go-to example, isn't it? Listen to Iconoclast by Symphony X, and then go and listen to more or less everything else they've done. But then in 2015 they put out this album called Underworld. They just produce such fantastic stuff, and they should be much more famous than they are. I saw them live supporting Dream Theater. I can't remember what year it was. Let's go for 5 years ago. I honestly can't remember. In a fairly small venue, strangely. Maybe it was longer ago than that, It might have been much longer ago than that. But just up the road from where I live, Dream Theater, supported by Symphony X, played this really strange venue. It's like it's like a big village hall. It was really strange, and Symphony X were blown away by the reception that they got, because they don't tour in the UK. And then they came, and everyone knew their stuff, and everyone knew them. I was like, yay! And they were just the singer was just saying, I can't believe how good a reception I've had. So that's Russell Allen, the singer. He's got an unbelievable voice. It was a weird gig because Dream Theater and Symphony X were messing about a bit as well. I can't remember if it was the end of the tour or whatever it was, but at one point Mike Portnoy in like a hoodie came on with a broom and was like brushing up on the stage for when Symphony X were playing, and Russell Allen's trying to sing and he's trying not to laugh, and then they were throwing stuff onto the stage. I think again it was Mike Portnoy again, just like throwing, if it was definitely much longer than 5 years ago. He's like throwing polystyrene balls onto the stage, and then they swapped drummers during, I think Mike Portnoy played a Symphony X song, and then the Symphony X drummer came on and played during a Dream Theater song, and they just messed about, and it was a fantastic gig. So Symphony X, I've known about them, as I say, since at least 2000. They are really, really good and underrated, and currently on hiatus. I don't know whether they haven't split. They've just gone on a hiatus. I think Russell Allen's doing Adrenaline Mob, isn't he, with Mike Portnoy? I think you have to check that one. I'm not certain. I think that's where he's gone. But it's the way of all things. It doesn't matter how good you are, if you don't sell enough albums, the record company isn't going to help you out, is it? Let's face it. So so they're currently on hiatus, but this is from their 2015 album Underworld, and this is a song called Nevermore. I have had a few requests for Symphony X. I had one just recently from Hypatia, who said, can you do some Symphony X? Yes. And then I had one from I had one 3 weeks ago. I cannot pronounce this. It begins with a V. So Vredisbird Vredisbird I'm going for. And Vredisbird 666 basically said Symphony X and Nevermore. So Hypatia just asked for Symphony X, and Vredisbird 666 asked for a specific Symphony X song. So I'm killing two birds with one stone here. And I may have been asked for Symphony X in the past. I haven't done a big search, so anyone who's asked for it, here we go. Nevermore by Symphony X from the 2015 album.
The sea of life to the dungeons of the damned. Scorching winds blazing, thunder clouds raging here. I make my stand. The viper's venomous bite has brought on the night. Swept away like a bird of prey. Now there's hell to pay, from darkness into light. Nothing matters anymore. My strength ring hollow, bleeding nevermore, nevermore. Can't let go. Yes,
So if you want something technical and unrelenting, without growling vocals, go and find some Symphony X albums. Go and find Iconoclast, and this one. But Iconoclast just floored me, if I remember rightly. It just sat listening going, oh my good grief, what's going on? This is just amazing. The drummer's amazing. The guitarist, that's that you could hear the riffs and stuff in that song is just pure Symphony X. It's technical genius, but great melodies. He's got a fantastic voice. If you like Arian, he was, I can't remember which character he was. He was like the president, I think he was, in the last Arian album. Yeah, I'm sure that's who he was. He was the president on the last Arian. Anyway, he's got a fantastic voice. And Symphony X, just they were great live, but their albums are just great pieces of work. It's one of those things that's so complicated and it's so complex. That's a better word. It's so complex that, you know how you can never hear something for the first time twice, because once you've heard it, you've broken the surprise kind of thing. The thing about Symphony X songs or their albums is that they're so complex that you can't retain it all. So when you hear it again, if you just have like a bit of a gap and then you hear it again, because I haven't heard this song for quite a long time, you hear it again and you'd forgotten how good it was and how complex and all of those little details, so you can almost listen to it. You can, parts of it, you're listening to it for the first time again. It's that good. Go and listen to that song a couple of times. Go and listen to some of their other stuff. The thing about YouTube is, if you don't want to buy, just run out and buy their albums. At least on YouTube you can demo some of their songs, can't you? So go and listen to some of their other stuff, and then go and buy their albums. Don't forget that bit, because I'd like Symphony X to come back and make more stuff, without a doubt. But the music business is a very hard business. I hope you enjoyed that. You should have, because it's really good. And thanks for watching. Thanks for the people who requested it. Symphony X was kind of in the back of my mind as a song. I must do a Symphony X song one day, because they're just so good. But you people kind of brought it to the front of my mind. So here we are. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure you did, since you requested it, and I hope everyone else enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.